Hello out there in YouTube land. I thought I'd do something a little bit different tonight. I wanted to do a comparison. I don't know if you saw this, but I have the Cycle of the Werewolf, which is the book that Silver Bullet is based on. I did an unboxing of this the other day. And of course I read it in about a day because it was fairly simple. And I also have Silver Bullet. I'd like to get it on Blu-ray. I don't think I've actually seen it at the store, so I'm kind of just stuck with this. I'm going to do a compare and contrast. Now, I know that probably a lot of you who have seen this movie. Let me give you a brief synopsis. The basic plot of the story is there's Corey Haim, who plays, I can't remember what is the name of the character. I don't know if they named the boy. Anyway, who is handicapped. He's in a chair. He lives in a town called Turker's Mills, which starts having these attacks. People are killed. And he suspects that it is a werewolf, and he goes out and finds, he and his sister begin searching for who the werewolf is, and then goes on from there. The Silver Bullet aspect of it, it's a kind of a play on words, because his uncle, played by Gary Busey, before he was insane, builds him a special motorized wheelchair, which they call the Silver Bullet. So there's kind of a play on the word, Silver Bullet wheelchair, Silver Bullet for the werewolves. Now, the movie predominantly focuses on him and his sister looking for the werewolf. And I forget exactly how long it takes, but I think it takes place over most of the summer in this movie. I think it's well done. It's entertaining, and the story has a few really good suspenseful scenes in it. Now, you have Cycle of the Wolf. And right here, you can see it has each month listed. You can see January is highlighted. And so you have a couple of pages in the rows to February. A couple of pages to March. Now, January through, I think, June, it pretty much just goes killing. It just describes the killings, and it tells that it's a wolf doing it. But it's just the killing. And then finally in July, they introduce the handicap character. They mention, like in 1 month, or he mentions 1 month earlier, except for the kid in the wheelchair. That's the one mention they'd have of him in the previous part of the book. And so, July, that's when they introduce Corey Haim's character, the handicapped kid, on the 4th of July. And his uncle and his sister, who all three have predominant parts in the movie. And it's July 4th, and if you've seen the movie, the the whole firecracker to the eye of the werewolf bit happens in that month. Now, in July, that happens. So then there's August, September, October. I think he finally comes back. What they did is they send. He's the only one to survive the attack by the werewolf, and he mentions it to the police that he's a wolf. And people are saying that it's just some guy in a costume, because at this point everyone thinks he's just a madman. And his parents send him away to his aunt and uncle's out of town. So he doesn't come back in town until late October, and he goes out on Halloween trying to figure out who it is. He's like, hey, well, it's the eye. We'll look for the person with the eye. And then that's when he figures out who it is. And then it's November dealing with some stuff, and then December is when the final confrontation comes. So that he was actually only in the book for about 3 months, 3.5 months out of the book. Except it's not that thick of a book, but he's only in there for about a quarter of the book. While in the movie, he's the predominant character. No, I am of the ilk. I'm one of those people that always say the book is better, and usually because it is. And this is a better story, but the movie is quite good. Separate, they're just as good. It's a great story, and I don't know if any of you have seen my werewolf countdown, but this is number 3 on my list of favorite werewolf movies, so I'm not knocking the movie. Cycle of the Wolf is a fantastic book, and if you compare the two, it's probably a little bit better of the two. And Cycle of the Wolf doesn't. It takes certain parts of the story and expands it out. I can see why they did it. Excuse me. Because the story left as is doesn't translate well onto screen. There's nothing really to follow. You just don't want to have slaughter, then skip to another scene, slaughter, skip to another scene, slaughter. So you need to have a person to string everything together. So that's why Corey Haim. But if asked, I think, forced to decide, Cycle of the Werewolf is a better story. But I do happen to think the movie is quite good as well. So, movie is probably about a B-. The book for short story is probably a B+ or an A. Not the best short story I've ever read, but it is quite good. So, alright, well, like and subscribe. Thanks. Talk to you later.